Hello everyone, and thanks so much for joining us. Welcome to our Learn with Google Hangout on Air on the topic of how location makes your messages more relevant. We're excited to share 3 strategies that use location as a signal to help make your campaigns more effective. Before we begin, I want to go over a few things to ensure that you get the most out of today's Hangout on Air. If you have any questions, please use the question and answer app, which should be visible on the right side of your screen. If you don't see the pin on the right side of your screen, double check that you're watching live through the Google Plus event page. If you're having any technical difficulties with the HOA experience, try refreshing the page. And if that doesn't resolve the issue, we'll be taking questions on Twitter using the hashtag AdWordsLocation. This HOA will automatically be recorded, so you'll be able to access it on demand using the same web address. Please feel free to watch it again or share it with anyone who might find it valuable. Finally, we're always looking for ways to improve these experiences, so please take a minute to fill out our survey for feedback at the end of this session. As an added bonus, anyone who fills out the survey can enter to win a Nexus 7. Okay, let's get started. We're lucky to have with us presenting today Derek Coatney, a product manager for AdWords Location Products, and Zach Bailey, a global performance lead, who's going to kick off.
Thanks, Jen. So today we'd like to share what we've learned about constantly connected consumers and introduce our 3 location strategies. Optimize for your customers' locations, increase foot traffic to your business, and engage customers at places of interest. We have a lot of content to cover, but we'll try to leave time at the end for Q&A. In marketing, we typically want to do 3 things: reach as many people as we can, influence how they think or what they do, and understand what works in order to improve. To achieve this, we need to understand what people care about and how they behave. One thing we do know about consumer behavior is that thanks to the explosion in tech over the last few decades, millions of people are constantly connected across screens wherever they go. Because we're constantly connected, we can go online from anywhere at any time. We're now using our devices to find out what's around us, wherever we happen to be. For example, research shows that 94% of people have searched online for local information, and that we often take action based on what we find. We also find that 51% of those people have visited a store in person after searching. And 48% of these people have called a store after searching. After we engage in these conversations, we also move to the last step: making the purchase. In fact, 29% of these people end up making a purchase in store after searching on the go across devices. The reality is that we're doing these things now more than ever. And as a result, we know that time spent online has increased 100% because of smartphones and tablets. And this is only growing. The trend in consumer behavior is clear, and as we stay connected, we find ourselves looking for information online at dozens of moments and locations throughout the day. We do all these things at the moments that matter to us, and the reason location matters to businesses is because it matters to your customers. Most importantly, each moment that matters happens somewhere. They all have a context. Let's zoom in on a few moments that we could have on any given day. Almost everyone embarks on a journey every day, whether it's to and from work or running errands on the weekend. This is a pretty typical Sunday and living in San Francisco for me. Grabbing coffee in the financial district in the morning, wandering around and finishing some errands, then heading over to the Presidio for some sun, fun, and a bike ride, and ending the day at home with a really big pizza delivered to my door. But this is only a microscopic look at what is happening in real time. Taking a step back, we can see there are millions of people connecting across millions of moments. There are more ways than ever to reach and engage with valuable customers when they need you most, during the moments that matter. Often when marketers hear location, they think local. While we have a lot of options for businesses with physical locations that we'll talk about shortly, location is a signal that any business could and should use. Whether you're an online business offering cloud storage, a jeweler at 30 locations across the US, or a law office in Seattle, there's a location strategy we'd like to share with you to help you better serve your users. Not only do businesses want to reach as many people as possible, we also want to reach people that are most valuable to us. In other words, the people most likely to become our customers. Here we want to introduce our first strategy, optimizing for your customers' locations. This strategy is relevant for any business, whether you're a multi-channel retailer, an online pure play, or a brick and mortar store. There are two steps you can take to optimize for your customers' locations. Target the most valuable locations at your business and customize location bid adjustments by geographic region to maximize ROI. For example, if you're a national clothing retailer selling jackets online, you might increase location bid adjustments in your light jackets campaign for California. But for snowy states like New York, you'd probably find increasing bid adjustments on heavy, water-resistant coats a better option right now. We always recommend targeting broadly. Your customers may be anywhere, and you don't want to miss the opportunity to connect with them. But not all geographic areas perform equally. Adjusting your bids based on location data allows you to maximize your performance at a cost that is right for your business, and a location bid adjustment lets you do this all from a single campaign. Let's take a look at the location performance data available within your account. Geographic reports in your account allow you to view performance by location, regardless of whether you're explicitly targeting the region or not. Furthermore, these reports can be customized to show that data that's important to you. For instance, going back to our clothing retailer example, you can use this report to review performance for cities in both New York and California, and identify any adjustments that need to be made. So this is where you can find the new geographic report, underneath your Locations tab. From here you can choose to view performance by what triggered your ad. Let's take a closer look at how the report works. What you see in your report is up to you, and you can view at the country level to inform targeting, and then drill into states, provinces, cities, or even postal codes to inform bidding. The report view defaults to the country level. From there, you can select one or more countries that you'd like to drill down into to view performance at lower levels of targeting. Regardless of whether you've added targets at these more granular levels, you're able to view performance at any level available in the country or countries you've selected. Once you get to your desired targeting level, you can review performance across all of the locations where you've received an impression. The information can help you determine if it makes sense to create a location bid adjustment. In this example, I see that my ads have a CTR in New York at a very low cost, even though my average position is 3.3. My ads are performing really well, and I'd like to see if they would even do better at a higher position. To improve my average position, I may want to increase my location bid adjustment for New York by 50%. You can also change or add location bid adjustments directly from the geographic report. Just select the location and select Add Targets and Set Bid Adjustments. And from there, you can directly add or set or change your location bid adjustment. The second place in your account that you can go to adjust your location bids is your Targeted Locations report. Within a given campaign, you can make bid adjustments for different locations from the Targeted Locations report in your Locations tab. Remember, There's no need to build separate campaigns just to adjust bids for different regions. I want to note that while it isn't necessary, you may find that your very high-value locations warrant their own campaigns, so you can allocate specific budgets and deliver hyper-local messages. Earlier we mentioned our rule of thumb, and I think this is really important to note. Target broadly and bid granularly. Here's an example of how a business might target its service area, California, and use granular bidding at the city level. As an example, an online retailer of high-end sunglasses, I may find that customers in San Francisco convert more with higher cart values. To convert this valuable traffic, I want to increase my bids there to ensure that my ads are seen by San Francisco users. However, users in Tracy don't convert as often, so I want to lower my bids there. By taking this approach, I won't miss out on potential Tracy customers due to limited targeting. If I had chosen to not to target Tracy at all, I would miss out on the less costly conversions that do occur there, but by lowering my location bid adjustment, I can reach that user with a lower CPC. Using broad targeting helps you reach more of your audience. One real-life example of how this strategy can be used comes from Extra Space Storage. They have 1,000 facilities nationwide, and by using location bid adjustments for zip code targeting across mobile, paid search, and display, they were able to increase their ROI 184%, increase their conversion rate 72%, and increase their CTR 77%. Now I'll hand it over to Derek, our product manager on location extensions, to talk about our second location strategy.
Thanks, Zach. Many of you have put a lot of effort into building out your wonderful physical storefronts. Now it's time to start getting more customers to come through your doors. Here we'll go through our second location strategy, which is to increase foot traffic to your business. The strategy covered in this section is for businesses with physical locations, with the goal of bringing more people into their business. Let's zoom in and talk about the people who are near your physical locations. Customers within a certain radius of your physical location are more likely to visit your business. Due to their proximity, these people are often the most likely to respond to your efforts to increase foot traffic to your business. To reach these people, we'll cover two products: location extensions and the ability to target around your business locations. First up is location extensions. As Zach covered earlier, consumers are spending 100% more time online, and 94% of these people have searched for local information. We want to make it easy for your customers to connect with your business, and our location extension format does just that. Location extensions provide an extra line in your ad highlighting your business location. They allow customers to instantly get directions to your business and call you directly from your ad. Convenience is so important to consumers. With location extensions, your customers get the information they need at a glance. Now that we've discussed the benefits of location extension format, both to you and your customer, I'd like to share some exciting changes we've made to setting them up in your account. We heard loud and clear that adding location extensions for each and every campaign was very time-consuming. So to address this, we made some changes. We recently launched upgraded account-level location extensions, improving the efficiency of managing location extensions while adding even more control. This new approach allows you to link your Places for Business account and AdWords account just once. Then use all of the linked addresses for location extensions through your AdWords account. To link your accounts, just head to the Add Extensions tab within AdWords. We understand that not everyone will want to show location extensions in every campaign or on every device. So here you can see the controls available to you at the campaign or ad group level after you've set up account level locations. For each campaign or ad group, you can choose whether or not to show location extensions. You also have a new option to choose which device your location extensions should show on for any given campaign or ad group. Let's take a look at how your customers would see your location extensions as part of your ads on mobile. Your location extension as part of a mobile ad will look similar to this. It shows how close your business is to the user with a link to get directions. It may show a call button, map, ratings, or other location-specific information. This format not only looks nice, it also performs. All of this information is useful and convenient to your customers, so it drives more interactions and results in location extension ads seeing an average uplift of about 10% in overall CTR. Set location extensions has additional benefits beyond the format. One benefit, if you're opted into advertising with Google Search Partners, is that your location extension ads can show on Google Maps or Google Maps for mobile. Google Maps has expansive reach among an audience that's ready to move, ready to shop, or maybe grab dessert on the way home. It's an ideal place to be top of mind when your customers are searching and ready to go. Once your location extensions are showing, we want to provide you with the data on their impact to your business. After you have location extensions running, check out which elements of the ad your customers clicked. In this report I'm showing, we're segmenting a campaign by click type to see the number of calls and directions clicks that happened within this particular campaign. You can also segment by click type in other areas of your account, such as the Ad Extensions tab or Ad Group tab. Now let's move on to the second product in this strategy, targeting around your business locations. You may notice a trend in consumer behavior based on their distance from your business locations. For example, if your business offers accounting services, consumers within a 5-mile radius may be very valuable. But as you continue to expand outward, you may see gradations in value. People within 10 miles are still likely to become customers, but you found that folks more than 20 miles out are less likely to come into your office. To take advantage of these insights at scale, we offer the ability to target and set a bid modifier for a radius that you choose around your location extensions. Let's view the steps to get this set up in your account. In the red box, you're seeing an already set up 39-mile radius target around location extensions. To do this yourself, go to the Locations tab in Settings, head into the Advanced Search to find these tools. From here, you'll see even more options for choosing the locations you'd like to target. To target around location extensions, you'll need to click on Location Groups, highlighted in red on the screen. The location groups allow you to select a variety of different groups to target using the drop-down. For now, we're interested in location extensions, so we'll select those. Now you can specify the radius to target around location extensions, then click Add to create your new target. Your target radius around your location extensions is set up, but we haven't specified a bid modifier. Let's look at how to do that. As Zach covered earlier, the Targeted Locations report in your Locations tab is where you set bid modifiers for the targets you've set up. This screenshot is showing a positive bid adjustment of 80% being applied to the target we set up around our location extensions. We've walked through the two products in this strategy, and here's a real-life example of it being used. T-Mobile's goal is to encourage customers using mobile devices to visit nearby stores. Influencing on-the-go customers on mobile and increasing store traffic is what they call winning the last 10 feet. T-Mobile used ads on mobile with location extensions, which were triggered by a keyword search when the customer is located near a store. Using these location extensions, they were able to increase CTR by 13%. We're now at the third and last location strategy we have time to share today. For this selection, I'll hand it back to Zach.
Thanks, Derek. The third strategy we'd like to talk about is engaging customers at places of interest. Let's say you're targeting the entire US and you followed our best practices by increasing bids in cities where you know you perform well. And you've noticed that on top of that, there are categories of locations where you see stellar performance. Places of interest targeting allows you to bid adjust for these locations at scale. This strategy is for any business type, whether you're online only or have physical locations as well. A place of interest provides valuable clues in consumer context. We may not always understand our customer's mindset when they're looking at their computer at work, but many of us experience similar needs when we're stuck at the airport. Likewise, people at college campuses have numerous shared interests. Here's one example of how this might be used. You're advertising for rental cars. Reaching customers at the San Francisco airport is particularly valuable for your business. Using places of interest targeting, you can adjust your bid up 60% to reflect the value of this audience and ensure your ad appears prominently. Targeting broadly and adjusting bids for places of interest is yet another way of reaching your high-value audiences. This guideline is particularly important here because places of interest is still in its early stages, and using them only for targeting could significantly limit your opportunities to show and reach customers. These are the places of interest we currently offer: airports, universities, and central commercial areas. Each of these can provide vital clues about your customer's context. Let's take a look at a couple more examples. Travelers at airports may be particularly interested in last-minute hotel deals. If you're a hotel chain, you could target your service area, then bid up for places of interest that are a hotspot for your most valuable audience. Similarly, a business that buys and sells college textbooks will find customers across the globe, but they also find that customers near a university result in much larger shopping cart size or more frequent purchases. Using these contextual clues can help you increase investment where it makes the most sense for your business. It can also help you deliver the most relevant message to a specific audience. This concludes the 3 location strategies we wanted to share with you. Before we begin QA though, I'm going to hand it over to Derek, who will take 2 minutes to recap the key concepts and share additional resources.
Thanks, Zach. I'll quickly summarize what we've talked about in a couple of slides here and hopefully leave you with a few key takeaways. Your customers are connected and looking for information about your business at any time from anywhere. Be there and be relevant at the moments that matter. No matter what type of business you have, there's a location strategy for you. Don't miss out on conversions. As Zach talked about, target broadly, bid granularly, and use your performance data as a guide. Use location extensions to make it easy for your customers to get to your business. Make sure you get your business on the map. And again, use performance data to choose your target radius bids for reach and ROI. Context matters. Use places of interest bidding to make sure your ads are prominent when your audience is most interested. That's it for our content today. Before we begin with Q&A, I wanted to remind you to take the survey at the end of today's session. We really value your feedback, and taking a moment to let us know what you think could win you a Nexus 7 as well. Now, we'd like to use the remainder of our time for any questions you have regarding today's material. Please add your questions to the Questions and Answers app, which should be visible on the right side of your screen. If any question required a nuanced or lengthy response, we can follow up later with information. So please feel free to send them our way. We'll do our best to help.
Great, thanks, Derek. So we're going to hop straight into the questions that have been coming in, and we'll start with the first one. So are only top search ads eligible to show location extensions? Well, no. Location extensions are eligible to appear in top, bottom, and side search ads. In addition, they are eligible to appear on Google Maps if you are targeting our search partners. Another question about location extensions. Can you set up location extensions at the account, campaign, or ad group level? So you can set up location extensions at the account level and then set up filters for the campaign and ad group level. For example, if you do not want to show location extensions in campaign A, you can set up a filter to disable location extensions for campaign A. Here we have another question, this one looking at location extensions on Google Maps. So can search ads with location extensions appear on Google Maps? Desktop Google Maps shows search ads in two places, within info cards beneath the search box and on the map. In order to be eligible to appear as an on-the-map ad, you must have location extensions set up. On Google Maps for mobile, search ads with location extensions are eligible to appear at the bottom of the screen. Just make sure that you are targeting search partners to be eligible to appear. Another one is asking about if we see any performance increases through location extensions. Have you seen the location in the ad generate lift in CTR? And yes, how should you structure these campaigns? Yes, looking at one of the aforementioned case studies, T-Mobile used ads on mobile with location extensions, which were triggered by a keyword search when the customer was located near a store. Using these location extensions, they were able to increase CTR by 13%. So we definitely do see a benefit of applying these location strategies. Another question, this one looking around location extension targeting and proximity bidding. For location extension targeting, is it possible to set a proximity target to a bid around a subset of locations? At this time, no, this is not possible. When you set a proximity target to bid around your location extensions, it will apply to all location extensions you have uploaded to your campaign. So if you are working in a campaign that has a less broad reach than your location extensions, we recommend you taking a different approach.
I'll take this one, Zach. Is it preferable to add the addresses from Google Places instead of entering them manually into the account? We absolutely recommend using Google Places to manage your addresses. Setting up your location extensions using the new account level location extensions allows you to get the scale of setting up your location extensions just once. In addition, you get additional controls at the campaign and ad group, such as device controls that I highlighted earlier in the slides.
Lots of questions around location extensions. So can you set up mobile preferred location extensions similar to other ad extensions? So different from other ad extensions, you can disable location extensions from running on a particular device, mobile, tablet, and desktop. For example, from the ad extension tab, you can set up a filter to disable location extensions from appearing on desktop and tablet for a given campaign. Another question is around co-triggering. So can location extensions co-trigger with site links? And the answer to this is yes. Currently, location extensions are eligible to appear with site links. So we've got a question here about bulk management, which I know for a lot of advertisers is something that they're very curious about. So do you have plans to make bulk editing management tools easier for campaign and ad group level location extension filters? So as always, we are looking for ways to make campaign management more efficient for our advertisers, and this does include bulk actions inside of AdWords as well as AdWords editors. We will look to add some of these management tools in the future, so please stay tuned. Another question comes in around DFP, or double-click for publishers, and they're wondering if it is possible to produce a report that is accurate through DFP for a direct campaign. And unfortunately now, the geo reports are not available on DFP. They are available for search and display campaigns. So as we mentioned earlier with bulk editing tools, we really appreciate your feedback, and we'll take these into account as we look at ways to improve in the future. Switching over to bid adjustments, how do you add places of interest bid adjustments? So this is one of the ones that we touched on in the deck, but like other targets, once added, you can adjust your bid on the targeted locations report. So once you create a places of interest target, these targets will show up on the targeted locations report, and from there, you're able to adjust these bids based on the performance that you're seeing. Another question about how does location extension targeting work with other bid adjustments, such as locations and device. So similar to the other adjustments, this bid adjustment will be stacked as well. So if you are applying multiple bid adjustments, we will stack those together, and they will be multiplicative. Here we have another feature a question about setting up multi-zip code targeting. So for small businesses, would it be wise to set up a multi-zip code targeting of the areas you want, to be able to find the best areas in a small area, or to do a radius targeting around the business address and bid adjustments closer to the radius? So radius targeting will be able to give them easy controls of bids around locations. But remember to use broad radii for maximum reach and use bid adjustments. And you can always go into geographic reports to see performance by zip codes, even if you use distant targets.
And I'll add to that one, Zach. One of the best practices that we've noticed is advertisers setting up a very large radius target with no bid modifier, and then setting up a second radius target around their location extensions that is a smaller radius, and using a positive bid adjustment to make sure that those that are nearest their stores are more likely to see their ads. So remember that you can set up multiple targets around your location extensions by using different radius, and thus setting different bid modifiers.
So here we have another question pertaining to how these strategies apply to YouTube advertising. So do these extension targeting strategies apply on YouTube, and if so, how? So at this time, these targeting levers do not apply to YouTube. However, as mentioned before, we appreciate all the feedback, and these are things that we definitely take into account as we look to develop new features that are more useful to both our advertisers and our users. So it looks like the questions are slowing down. If there's any more out there, please feel free to add them. One that just came in about whether or not we're going to be holding more of these webinars, and if so, how often. So yes, we find these webinars extremely useful from both the feedback that we get, and we feel that we have really great information that we love to share. So we will be having a few more webinars coming this year. In fact, we'll introduce one in just a minute. So if there aren't any more questions, I'll hand it back over to Jen.
Thanks, Zach. All right, so we'd like to leave everyone today, one, with an invitation to join an upcoming webinar, and also with some additional resources. So this webinar is for retailers with physical locations that are interested in adding a local element to product listing ads. So a lot of this audience should be particularly interested in this particular webinar. You'll learn about showcasing local availability for specific products and giving customers a way to view your local store's inventory online. The webinar will be held on March 13th, and we welcome you to join us for a deeper look into how they work and how you can use them for your businesses. Let's see, for more information, location strategies can span a wide range of products and tactics. We've included a few resources that can help. And for our retailers with physical locations, we're also including resources for local product listing ads, and hope you'll join us on March 13th. And that concludes our webinar for today. Thanks so much for joining us, and please don't forget to take the feedback survey and stay tuned for more location solutions and strategies throughout the coming year.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone.